Hello students. I wanted to let you know first about the final exams that we will be doing. So we will be doing face-to-face final exams. So you guys will be coming to the classroom for the final test. So what I want you to do is I want you to choose a partner from your class, and you're going to have a conversation with your partner. So what do I mean? So I mean you're going to choose one of the conversations from the book. So you can choose one of the conversations that you like, right? So for example, this is the Unit 1 conversation. And then I want you to make the conversation about you, right? About you and your partner. So I want you guys to change it and make a typed copy for me, okay? And put your names and student numbers, type out the copy, write your name and your partner's name, okay? And then you're going to make the conversation about you, right? So you could say, oh, so Anna, how was your winter vacation, right? So you can change it, right? You can change the sentences and make it about you. And then when you come to the classroom, you and your partner, you guys will say the conversation in front of me, right? No reading the conversation, right? You guys will just either remember the conversation or just say it naturally, okay? So that will be how we'll do the final test. So if you guys can, find a partner from the classroom. Maybe some of you know each other, or you guys can go on the class Q&A or on the class discussion, the class website page, and choose your partners. Okay, so another example would be these students chose Chapter 4. They didn't write their student numbers, but they wrote their names. Jeho, right, and John. Jeho and John are having a conversation from Unit 4, the Unit 4 conversation. Okay, Unit 4 conversation. So they said, they changed it a little bit, right, and made it about them. Hey John, where are you from? I'm from Yongin in Korea. Really, I've always wanted to go there. That's nice to hear. Any reason? I really want to see Everland. Have you ever been there? Of course, it's one of the most popular places in my city. Oh, what's it like? It's amazing. I think it's one of the most interesting amusement parks in the world. Oh, really? I want to go there soon. You're going to love it. Do you want to come with me? Of course. Okay? So you guys will make that conversation and say that conversation in front of me when you come into the classroom. Okay? So start thinking about that. Choose your partners, right? And choose the conversations that you guys want to do. Are you going to make it about you, make the conversation about you and your partner. Okay, and also when we come into the class that week of June 15th, so if you guys have class Wednesday at 3 p.m. or Friday at 11 a.m., you're going to come into the classroom that day and we're going to do the final speaking. It's going to be a speaking test, okay, and you're also going to bring your workbooks, okay? I want to check your homework, okay? I want to do a homework check that day also. So everyone bring your workbooks as well, okay? So I can check your homework. All right, so if you have any questions about the final or about homework, just email me, okay, and I will answer you guys. And today we will do Unit 8 in your student books. So if you guys could open your books to Unit 8, page 50. I like people who are smart. I like people who are smart. We'll start with the vocabulary first. Okay, so look at the people. Which adjective from each box best describes each person's personality and appearance? Okay, so appearance is, oh, what do they look like, right? Oh, he's tall and handsome. Okay, personality is, what are they like, right? Oh, he's kind and funny and creative. Okay, that's personality, right? Okay, we'll start with number 1. We'll take a look at Larry. Okay, so Larry is, his personality is polite, polite, okay, like a gentleman, polite, okay, and his appearance is elegant, kind of fancy and elegant. Okay, and we'll look at number 2, Sophie. Okay, so it looks like her personality is artistic, okay, and her appearance is slim, thin or slim. All right, then we have Sally. Okay, she looks generous, right? She's giving presents. So we would say she's generous, she shares, she gives, she's generous. Okay, and her appearance is elderly, right? She's older, she's a grandmother. Okay, so older people, we say, are elderly. Okay, and then we have Ted. All right, so Ted, his personality looks like he's intelligent, right? He's smart. He got an A+. He got an A+ on his paper. Okay, and his appearance is also muscular, right? He has a lot of muscles, right? Muscular. All right, and then we have John. Okay, his personality looks reliable. Okay, so we can trust him, right? He's reliable, and his appearance is bald, right? No hair. Temorikaka, right? Temorikaka, bald, right? No hair. Okay, so John is bald. Okay, so for part 2, discuss the people in the pictures. Who do you think is the most interesting person? Okay, and who do you think is the most attractive? Okay, and why? So you can say, oh, I think Sophie is the most interesting. I like artistic people. I think she's the most beautiful, but Ted seems more interesting to me. Okay, so what do you think? Who's the most interesting and who is the most attractive? Okay, and then for part 3, use adjectives above to describe your classmates. Okay, so I guess we didn't really meet our classmates this semester, so maybe you can talk about some of your friends. So I think Jason is a very reliable person. Do you think so? Carla is also very reliable. I agree with both of you. I also think Jason is really elegant. Okay, so what do you think of your friends? Who's reliable? Who do you think is elegant or intelligent? Or which of your friends are muscular or polite? Okay, so go ahead and talk about some of your friends and use adjectives to describe them. Okay, so if you guys want, you can take a few minutes to do that. You can pause the video and then we'll continue to the next page. We'll take a look at the conversation. Okay, so if you guys want, you can use this conversation for the final test, for the final speaking test. Okay, so we'll go ahead and listen to it first. Okay, and then right when you guys make the conversation about you, maybe you guys can think about using that for the final speaking test if you like. Okay, so just listen first. Okay, so Anna and Emily are having a conversation. What are you doing? I'm talking to a guy who lives in California. Really? Where did you meet him? On the internet. A dating website? You used one of those? No, it's a site for people who are interested in music. So, what's he like? He's a very good musician. What else do you know about him? Well, he works for a company that makes computers. Okay, but what does he look like? I don't care about his looks. I like guys who are intelligent. So do I, but I also like guys that are attractive. Okay, so you guys will practice the conversation a few times, right? You'll use these words first, and then we'll go with the second words, and then you guys make a conversation for the last one, okay? Right, so take some time to do that. And you can stop the video or pause the video. All right, and when you finish, we'll take a look at the language practice page. Language practice using relative clauses. So using who, or which. So remember we use who for people, right? I like guys who are handsome, or I like people who are funny. And then for things we use which, right? He works for a company which makes smartphones, okay? Or I like movies which are interesting, okay? So we'll be using who or which. So we use who for people, and we use which for things. Okay, so I will say the sentences, and then you guys can repeat. Go ahead and repeat. Okay. So who are you talking to? Can you guys repeat? Who are you talking to? I'm talking to a guy who lives in California. Okay, I like people who are creative. Okay, and you can use who or that, right? So you can say, oh, I'm talking to a guy that lives in California. Or I like people that are creative. So you can use who or that. Okay, for things, which company does he work for? He works for a company which makes computers. I prefer movies which teach me something. Okay, and then you can also use which or that. Right, so you can say he works for a company that makes computers. I prefer movies that teach me something. Okay, let's do part 1. Okay, let's match the information to make complete sentences. So I like to have fun, so I prefer people that make me laugh. Okay, try to do number 2, 3, and 4. And then you can check your answers with me. Okay. Pause the video if you like. Okay, number 2. I'm a quiet person, so I'm looking for someone who doesn't talk too much. I don't like parties, but I went to a reception which was really interesting. I don't like expensive things, so don't give me gifts that cost too much. Okay, part 2, let's rewrite the sentences. Use who or which. Okay, so number 1, so we want to make the 2 sentences into one sentence using who or which. Okay, so he's a very generous person. He gives his time to everyone. Okay, so he's a very generous person who gives his time to everyone. Okay, so number 2, we met at the new cafe. It has paintings by local artists on the walls. Okay, let's make it into just one sentence. So we met at the new cafe, which has paintings by local artists on the walls. Okay, 3. I met a very attractive woman online. She works for a TV company. Okay, so I met a very attractive woman online who works for a TV company. There is a new dating website. It looks really interesting. Okay, so there's a new dating website which looks really interesting. Okay, and then for part 3, okay, you guys can go ahead and make the sentences. If you can, talk with a partner. Okay, so you can say, oh, a good friend is someone who listens. Or a good friend is someone who helps me when I'm sad. Okay, a good teacher is someone who cares about his students. Okay, so you guys make the sentences. A good neighbor is someone who, a good boss is someone who, okay, just go ahead and talk and speak and make some sentences with a partner or alone. Okay, so we'll take a break there and then we'll keep going for part 2. And before you do part 2, before you listen to part 2 video, can you guys please do some homework in the workbooks? Can you please do page 44 45 and 46. Okay, please do these pages in the workbook. All right, and I'll be checking them the week of June 15th, okay, when you guys come into the classroom for the final exams. Okay, thank you.